Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the actor MYLES WRIGHT. Hey, Miles, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, John. How about yourself?
You look great. It's great to have you here, man. I appreciate you. And I wanted to share some of your acting
Thank you.
performing work, if I could, Miles. I'd like to tune into
Okay.
your monologue that's up on your YouTube channel. Is that cool?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, great. All right, everyone, let's tune into some of the acting performing work in the monologue by MYLES WRIGHT.
Hello, my name is Miles Wright, and I am 23 years old. Soon and very soon, I will be dead. A second ago, I was shot in the back by a police officer or a rival gang member or a stray bullet or a trigger-happy neighbor on neighborhood watch. In the end, it doesn't matter what or who killed me because their verdict or race will not bring me back to life. I just want you to know before I bleed to death that I don't want to be your victim. I want my death to save a life, so don't be sad. Don't simply give my mama money to feed your bleeding heart. Instead, please, I beg you, get angry. Get angry enough to act. Harass. Make demands of your mayor, your congressperson, your president until they feel the weight of your rage. March for me in the streets stained with my blood and let pyres of guns and bullets burn on corners to light my vigil. And then, if you have any faith left, scream my name to a loving God until the earth trembles, until your voice box cracks in your throat, and until one night in this country goes by where a black youth does not become a casualty on the evening news. Look at me. I am worth 1,000,000 stars. I am not your greatest fear. I am a man.
Hey, Miles, that was great, man. Thanks for letting us see it and sharing it with the people. I really appreciate you. Can you tell me, Miles, where are you from and how did you actually become an actor?
Okay. So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been acting since I was about maybe 3 or 4-ish. Yeah, it started like when I was younger. We would just go to like family cookouts or whatever, and I would just start doing anything to get somebody to laugh. Whether that meant like running around chasing after people or like telling jokes or like performing my own little skits that I made up. That's pretty much how it started. And then after that, when we moved to Atlanta, like I started taking acting classes at the Alliance Theater, and that pretty much catapulted me into where I'm at right now.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was also kind of a precocious little kid. I like to run and show off, and you know what I mean. And so
Yeah.
I can appreciate exactly how you feel and imagining you as well. And also making people laugh is like my greatest joy.
Right?
Music and laughter; those are my favorites. But listen, let me ask this question then now.
Okay.
Miles, were there, did you study acting? Like, did you look at other actors and were you inspired by their work in some way that said, oh man, that's for me, and if so,
Yes.
who are some of they?
Okay, so growing up, my father used to play like all of Denzel Washington films and Will Smith and like all of the classics, like Sidney Poitier, who just passed, rest in peace. Yeah, so really, I always say this, I really wanted to start acting because I would always see the actors and actresses kiss, and I was like, wow, I want to do that. I was like, I want to get paid to kiss. So yeah, anytime I would see like Denzel kiss anybody in a film, or Will Smith was always like this ladies' man in like movies like Hitch or like God, what's some other Will Smith? Well, I mean, even on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he was always a ladies' man. So like, yeah, I would just grow up watching them, and I was like, yo, I just want to be a ladies' man and be smooth on camera and do my
Yeah.
thing. So I was like, yeah, I should probably like study this and get into it.
Well, you know what? It's like, it's funny you said smooth, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Smooth is the word that just describes it. You know what I mean? And of course,
Yeah,
those characters who were, who we feel are smooth and everything, they also have this, like, appreciation of, women, and, or their partners,
yeah,
and they're just, there's something about their charisma,
yeah,
that is so infectious that we want to kind of replicate, or we learn from. And some of those actors that you mentioned, Denzel and Will Smith, I mean, just have such charisma. They're such, great character actors. They play everything from the villain,
definitely.
what I mean, to the most lovable and vulnerable kinds of characters. So speaking of which,
Yeah.
are there any kinds of characters that you gravitate to? Do you like being the bad guy, or do you want to be that romantic lead type of character?
Oof. Um, it's such a tough question
I know.
because I feel like as an artist, I feel like I have a responsibility to play that full spectrum. Like I'm starting over here being this bad guy, but then at the end of the day, okay, maybe I do have this like sweet side as well. So, personal preference, I think I really enjoy playing the villain more than anything, if I'm gonna be honest. Because it's just like, yo, I have to take myself to this place that I'm unfamiliar with, like it's uncharted territory. So I go there and it's like I'm learning all these new things about the character and myself. So I love to learn. So anytime that I can go deep into that process and learn more about, like I said, myself or the character or what the author's intentions were, I feel like that's so like it's beautiful, honestly.
It is art, man, and it's a gift.
Yeah,
But it's a gift that requires practice and dedication, and to get into that character, and that villain character. It's like, we all have kind of
yeah,
light and dark sides, so you can cultivate into that space. And then what's thankful about it is, you can take off that mask and be yourself again
yeah,
once the performance is completed. But it is truly something that the rest of us all will look at the silver screen and television and even here on YouTube and just be like, moved by when people perform and can reach into our hearts, man, and make us feel all these
yeah.
things, man. So I really respect your trade, appreciate how difficult it is, and so let me ask this question. What are you working on now, Miles?
Right now, so aside from acting, I am also a poet, self-published poetry author. So right now, I'm working on like a poetry EP of sorts that I want to get released this year, and hopefully, maybe, possibly submit it to the Grammys for consideration. I don't know. We'll see. It's on my list. Um, and
Nice.
then also, aside from acting, I do direct and write as well. So I have this script that I've written that I do want to get filmed in the spring.
Okay.
Beautiful story. I actually just premiered it last summer in Virginia, and it was well received. So
Nice.
yeah, I really just want to get that out there too.
Well, Miles, you are a multidisciplinary artist wearing a lot of different
Yes,
hats.
sir.
Your creative inspiration, and that is really encouraging, man. So I hope it all plugs and plays, man. And we are going to look forward to your
Yeah,
progress by tuning into the social media channels that you can find below our interview today for the actor Miles Wright. And we're also going to look for him coming up on FENIX360. Miles, thanks for being with me, man. Go get him.
no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother. Take good care.
If it makes you feel any better, things aren't going so well right now for me either. I'm 25 with a degree in business administration, and I have no idea what to do with it. So at least you know your passion.
What's stopping you?
The delivery service isn't really my calling. Really, I always cared about kids. I kind of wanted to open my own tutoring business or a daycare.